Hello, good morning, Eagles and Diamonds, good morning. Welcome to our first Super Friday Summit, your first Nation Combined Summit post Emerge 2.0. I'm really excited to be here with you this morning, and I will be the first anchor for the meeting amongst other leaders who are coming after. My name is Engineer Abba Yila Lad, and this morning, of course, we're going to start with a word of prayer, and permit me to lead and guide us in this session and the general session, both for both religions. So, our dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for your mercies. We thank you because you are the creator of us all. You are the beginning and the end. You are the creator of the heaven and the earth. We are here because of your mercy. You have miraculously allowed us to sleep and wake up. And it is for your own mercies that we are not consumed and we are counted amongst the living. So we turn all the glory, the honor, the adoration, and the thanksgiving unto you. As we have come here for the purpose of accomplishing the vision and the mission that you have handed down to this uh, generation in this time and season, we ask that you, who is the chief visionary, will take utmost lead and priority in this meeting. We thank you for all the journey mercies you granted every participant, that we did not hear of any evil or bad news. You took everybody back to their stations. We are so grateful for that. And we ask that in this meeting, we would honor you, we would glorify you. And the purpose for the meeting, which is to help us advance to the next level in the life of everybody, will be accomplished. I pray that by this meeting, everybody will encounter the illumination and the empowerment to have a turnaround testimony and a change of story in their lives. We ask that in this meeting, you will give us the right heart that will position us for success and to achieve the ultimate goal of affecting the lives of people and in this world positively. Thank you, Father. Thank you because we believe you've heard us. You said we've not asked for anything, and we should ask for everything in your name, and you would hear us. So by faith, we trust and believe you've heard us, and you would bring this to purpose. We ask that you also empower the entrepreneur mentor whom you're going to be using today, and all the leaders in various capacities. We pray for utterance, we pray for supernatural wisdom, and you will be glorified. Thank you, gracious God. Thank you, everlasting Father. Return all the glory to you because of acts of thanksgiving in your name. Amen and amen. All right. So, welcome once again. And very quickly, um, I have just 6 minutes just to remind us of why we are part of this organization, why we're part of this movement, and why we're part of this vision. So we need to recite it to ourselves. And I would love, in the count of three, for everybody both on Zoom and YouTube to go ahead and say this with me. 1, 2, 3, the vision to raise a financially free people who will in turn raise other financially free people who will collectively use their resources and affect the world positively. And what is our mission? To raise 500,000, pardon me. Remember, at Emerge, we've decided to step out of mediocrity and averageness. And the mission now is to raise 500,000 diamonds in the connected economy and usher in the next generation world changer. If you believe you're a world changer, if you believe that you'd affect the world positively, kindly go to the chat room and begin to type world changer, world changer. Whether you're on Zoom or on YouTube, just go to the chat room and begin to type world changer. All right? I'm going to go on YouTube to see what's going on. Type world changer. All right, I can't see. I'm on YouTube now. Type world changer. I can't see the world changer. I can't see the world changer. Okay, K-Fan, I can see that. Double O, I can see that. Ruth, Lutanga C, Patrick Eweke, Prudence, Mariam Richard, Shegun, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Keep typing, keep typing, keep typing, keep typing. All right. So at this point in time, I would want us to also quickly do a recap and a review, all right? A review of what really stood out for you, what you caught. We just have about 3 minutes to go. What you caught from Emerge 2.0 that you have already started implementing. It's already 7 days, 1 week since Emerge came to an end. I mean, the event itself, even though Emerge has not come to an end, in fact, it was the beginning of our emergence. So this year is for us to emerge. There's no way emerge can actually end. All right, they say the path of the righteous is like a shining light, and it's shining brighter and brighter unto the perfect day. So I believe we're going to keep emerging, but something has been stirred up. So what has really inspired you? What did you catch? Just go to the chat room and begin to put it there while I do a quick recap, okay? While I do a quick recap, but just keep putting it there, keep putting it there, keep putting it. Just go to the chat room and type what you caught, okay? What you caught at Emerge, what you actually caught at Emerge. And I'm not pleased with this attendance right now. I'm not pleased with this attendance. At the moment, I can see just about 469, okay, 484. I need us to go and bring in everybody that attended Emerge. We had about 2,000 participants, 2,000 delegates, all right, at Emerge. It doesn't matter whether they are prospects, it doesn't matter whether they are old or new teammates, everybody is supposed to be part of this. So please, leaders, I want all hands on deck, especially in your Emerge delegate group. If you created a group for all the people that attended Emerge, kindly post the link there. Kindly post the link there and ensure that they are all in that group, okay? Kindly post the link there and get everybody that attended Emerge to be part of this meeting. Get everybody that attended Emerge to be part of this meeting. Get everybody that attended Emerge to be part of this meeting, all right? I hope we're doing that. Now, can I see the lessons coming? Can I see the lessons coming? Okay, Abiola Taiwo said, the knowledge and good vision, knowledge and good vision. All right. Sunday Akai said, in this battle, spirits are involved. In this battle, spirits are involved. Okay. Jamil Adeni said, sacrifices. One of the things that he picked or she picked is sacrifices. The need that you must sacrifice to be able to emerge. I can really relate to that. All right. Love George said, handing my business to God. Yes. I recall the entrepreneur mentor saying there are 4 levels of knowledge. And the first, of course, is the physical, which we all could acquire by going to school, that's via education or reading some things. But the second, which is awareness, there is need for you to do certain things to position yourself to start getting into that level because you are invited into it. And one of them is said, you must put God first. You must, in fact, the first thing is that God must be involved because he is the one that downloads the knowledge of what you need to become aware of, all right? CDCAT said knowledge. Adeni said, I'm a champion. Well, okay. Keep it coming, keep it coming. Jamil said he got spiritual healing. Adeni Ade said, I can't afford to work on average. Okay? I can't afford. Funke said, no room for laziness. All right? Udo said, don't be average. Okay? Good. Prudence said the excellency of knowledge is that knowledge brings to you the reality of what you know. Ha, that's correct. That's deep. And I recall when the entrepreneur mentor said that. Okay, Eunice said, I learned how to be knowledgeable. Faith said, confidence and courage to talk to people about this project. She received the confidence and the courage to talk to people about this project. She also learned the power of sacrifice and commitment. Now, I hope as we're stating these things, we are indeed putting them into practice. Because, like Prudence said, the excellency of knowledge is that knowledge brings to you the reality of what you know. So that is the excellency. That is the proof that you have stepped into knowledge. All right? Like the entrepreneur mentor would always say, what you do not show, what you cannot show, you do not know. All right? What you cannot show, you do not know. What you cannot, you might be informed about it. You might be informed about it, but what you cannot show, you do not know. What you cannot show, you do not know. And just before I call up the next leader, permit me to share one of the things that really stood out for me. In that training, in fact, for me, it was a statement made by the phenom, Dr. Elijah Imba. He said, until you become restless, the yoke cannot be broken. And I got the revelation of that because he was sharing the story of Esau and Jacob and how Jacob had taken all the blessings that were meant for Esau in his stead. And when he came before his father to receive the blessings, the dad told him, oh, I've already blessed whoever had come in. However, the only way you would not be a servant to this person, the only way you would not be beneath this person, the only way you would not be subjected under the blessings of this person or under the curse of this person is until you become restless. The day you become restless, you break the yoke. And it just hits me. And I just realized that for me to move to the next level, I must create a situation that makes me restless. And immediately I went back and said, what must I do to put myself in a very restless position to ensure I break the yokes that are holding me back? Because there is no limitation in life except that which we set for ourselves, except that which we set for ourselves. Okay. I know that time is really, really short on our side. And at this point in time, I wish I could take more lessons and I wish I could share more lessons. But for me, it is that for you to emerge, you must stop playing small, you must stop being a mediocre, and you must stop being average. Okay. You cannot emerge. Emergence means, going beyond who you are, coming from obscurity to visibility. And the only way you must do that is you must stop thinking average. Average people are not recognized. Beneath average people have not affected their world. All right. You cannot affect the world positively by being average. That was it for me. And it made me also realize that every challenge in this business, in this life that we face is an examination. Every time we're confronted in this life with anything, it is an examination. That really stood out for me from Dr. Victor Abausi. And so anytime I see so, I just smile and say, this is an examination. And while he was saying that, I remember the movie I'd watched, and he was saying that when he prayed for patience, God gave him, God didn't give him patience, but he gave him situations that were making patient. When he asked for love, God sent people that hated him his way to teach him how to love. So every situation we face, everything you're confronted with, is it product challenge? Is it attrition in your team? God is using that as an examination to teach you. Maybe you say, oh, I have a challenge with duplication. Oh, I have a challenge with sustaining, being punctual within it. He will put you in situations that will train you, will teach you, and build you to be able to overcome. So everything we confront in this business and in life is what? An examination. Ladies and gentlemen, my time is up, and I want to appreciate the leadership of Eagle and Diamond Nation. right from the Entrepreneur Mentor, for giving me this opportunity to actually start and for run this meeting. At this point, I'm so excited to be bringing up on stage the next leader who is going to be leading us through the next program and agenda for this meeting before the Entrepreneur Mentor comes up. And it's no other person than the amazing and beautiful global ambassador Onyi Ike, the cell leader in the Eagle and Diamond Nation, the first cell leader who also doubles as the leader of the Excel Nation and our top three. You're welcome, Ma. You're welcome, Ma, and over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ambassador Dr. Michael Okoli, for this opportunity. Thank you so much, Engineer Lad, and to all the leaders. Thank you so much. Everybody logged in. Thank you so much. I mean, we've already been getting value already. Please make sure you're sending the links to your teammates to log in no time. Okay, so in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be sharing a recap, okay, and I'll just be on the YouTube link to see what we are doing as well. All right, so now remember the theme of our Emerge 2.0 is the emergence of winners. It could have been something else, maybe the emergence of the Emeralds, the emergence of the Trailblazers, the emergence of the Eagles. How come it was the emergence of winners? Because we need to enter another realm in our life and in our business. Now, who exactly is a winner? Is it someone that has strengths? Is it someone that takes first position in class? Who exactly is the winner? A winner is not just someone that is strong, powerful, that has strength. A winner is someone that has knowledge. Only one thing makes a winner, and the only key in winning is actually knowledge. Somebody go to the chat box and type knowledge. I want to see knowledge, 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 knowledge in the chat box. Every morning when you wake up, one thing you should pray to God for is, God, give me knowledge. Because the difference between a man that is not winning and a man that is winning is actually knowledge. That is just the gap, knowledge. Now, there are 4 kinds of knowledge by our president, because this training was by our president himself. And it was an eye-opener. There was a lot of illumination that happened that day. It was transformative. When somebody was asking me, proud to the event, what exactly is Emerge? What am I going to gain? He was telling me to list out things that he will gain. I told him that, see, there are some things that you just have to experience. It's not about theory. There are some things you just have to experience. So the Emerge 2.0 is that experience that you can never recover from. And one of the trainings that stood out for me, because if you've been struggling all these years, that gap, that thing that you need is just knowledge. So he said there are 4 kinds of knowledge. Number one is the physical or the mental knowledge. Engineer Lad has already talked about it, the physical and the mental knowledge, where you read, you learn, you read books to have that knowledge, it is fine. But the second one is awareness. Third one is experiential knowledge. And the fourth one is knowledge proven by the fruits that you produce from your results. Now, the physical knowledge, the books you read, what you learn in school and everything, you have knowledge for it. It's amazing. But one thing Ambassador said that stood out for me that day, he said the excellency of knowledge is that knowledge that brings reality to you. I don't know how to explain it. There are some challenges that you'll be going through. Once you just get that knowledge, the problem that was looking like it's a spiritual problem to you, in quotes, because of the presence of knowledge, it just becomes so simple. So the excellency of knowledge is that knowledge that brings reality to you. So real knowledge is when you are aware. And when you get to this level, you can never be stopped because you're already aware. Nobody can take it from you. So once you get to this level of awareness, you can't be stopped. He talked about the experiential knowledge. Yes, you might have the conviction, you might have the physical knowledge, you might even be aware, but there's a level of knowledge you need to experience. And this level, you need to be summoned into this level. You don't just enter it. You don't just say, I've found this knowledge. No, you need to be summoned into this level from above. You need to be summoned. To win is not just by hard work. If you want to win, that thing that you are aware of, you begin to feel it, you begin to see it, you begin to touch it, you begin to experience it. And the fourth one was the knowledge by the fruits produced. Fruits produced. Now, how do I position myself for knowledge so that I can suddenly become aware? How do I position myself? Okay, now I now know the 4 kinds of knowledge. How can I get it? How can I position myself? Number one is that it is not by power. It is not by mind. Spirits are involved. If you have this understanding, first and foremost, when I tell people that this business is beyond the physical mind, it is God that gave us this business. It's God that is the owner of this vision. God is a spirit being. So the moment you are in this business and you take away the God factor, you are already doing yourself a disservice. So number one is it is not by your power, it is not by your mind. Understand that spirits are involved. So you need to go to God every day, every step you take. You ask God for help. When God understands that this my daughter, this my son, puts me first, he understands that it's not by his power, but he will always seek my help. I will definitely help you. So understand this, the first thing, if you want to position yourself for knowledge, so that you can suddenly become aware, first and foremost, you must involve God. Don't take him out of your business. Secondly, begin to reconfigure yourself. How do I reconfigure myself, Ambassador Onyi? You must sacrifice. If you must win, you must sacrifice. You must be willing. You don't understand. You must be willing to sacrifice. You must be willing to give it your all. You must be willing to go all out. But they are not under my genealogy, and they are not my teammates. You must be willing to sacrifice. It is not about you. If you want to have a level of knowledge, get to the level of knowledge. If you want to be summoned, you must be sacrificial. Knowledge can't come to you in your place of comfort. And all these people already have it now. God, give me knowledge, and you are in your comfort zone. Knowledge will never come to you in your place of comfort. Knowledge comes to people that sacrifice. People that sacrifice. Go to the chat box and say, I will sacrifice. I want to see I will sacrifice. If you are not willing to sacrifice your time, your energy, your money, your resources, yourself, there's a level of knowledge that will never come to you. Ambassador said one thing, that the greatest victories of his life were born from the greatest sacrifices. They were birthed from the greatest sacrifices. The greatest victories. If you want to have victories in this business, you must sacrifice. That is the key. You must sacrifice. I want to say, I'm willing to sacrifice. Are you, and last but not the least, before I call up the next speaker, he talked about provider and consumer. Ask yourself, even after this event, are you a provider or a consumer? Are you willing to sacrifice, to give, or be the one taking, always collecting, always collecting? If you must move from being a provider, or being a consumer rather, to a provider, you must be willing to sacrifice. Go today with the mindset that I must give my all, everything, sacrifice for this vision. As I bring up the next speaker because of my time, our amazing Amazon ambassador, our top one of our leaders, the leader of the Emerald Nation, Amazon Ambassador Peace Nzekwe, over to you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hear me and see me, type 111 in the chat box. I want to see the 111. Oh my goodness, thank you for this. I want to give thanks to God Almighty, as in thanks to God Almighty and to the President, Dr. Ambassador Michael Okoli. But I want to say thank you so much for this. What you are working, please go to the chat box and type I have emerged. I want to see that in. I'm checking the other. Okay, if you know you are working, please go to the chat box and type I have emerged. I want to see that in I think I'm back. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I want to see that. Hope my network is fine. I need a reply quickly in the chat box. I want to see if my network is fine. So I want to say thank you so much to the president. So quickly, because of my time, the first thing, sorry, is my network fine? Please, Engineer Lad, please, can you help me, sir? If my network is okay, can you help me, sir, Engineer Lad, sir? I need to confirm.
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So like I said, the first thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to focus on Dr. Elijah Mba. Now, there was something Dr. Elijah Mba said. He said, the greatest enemy, if you know you heard that part, please go to the chat box and type yes, okay? If you heard that part, please go to the chat box and type yes, okay? Now, I have a lot to talk about, but I'm going to just talk about the first one, then maybe if I have enough time, I'm going to talk about the second one. He said, the greatest enemy to breakthrough is what? Having an option. I want to see that in the chat box. He said the greatest enemy of breakthrough is when you have an option. Now, every time I'm presenting, most times I always use that word. A man without a destination, everywhere look like a bus stop. Now, there are many of us that we are what? They said having what they call option. Option in the aspect of what? You are always here, and there. There is no direction. Now, I said the greatest enemy is where you have what they call an option. Now, if you tell yourself, okay, what did I achieve for 2024? Maybe the reason why many of us didn't get to the desire, did not get to the peak, did not get to what we are supposed to achieve for last year was because what? I have an option. So if you're someone that made that mistake at the past, the greatest enemy is when you have an option. Now, if you're having that option, please go to the chat box and type no more. Okay, I want to see that in the chat box. Just go to the chat box and type no more. He said you are always between options. He said when you're always between options, what? You can't give it all. You can't give it your best. That means you are always being distracted. So the greatest enemy is what? When you have an option. Now, he said something. He said, options will create what they call lukewarm mindsets. Lukewarm mindset in the aspect of is either you are cold or hot. That means today you are cold, tomorrow you are hot. So that was what Dr. Elijah Mba talked about. Okay, so if you really want to change your business for 2025, always have a direction. If you really want to change your business, okay, immediately for this 2025, always have what? Do not have what they call plan A, plan B. Focus on what you want to achieve. If you tell yourself you want to achieve good social result, great result, definitely you're going to achieve that. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is the president, Baba. Okay, so I'm just going to talk about that in the next 1 minute. He said, the secret of image. Now, what is the secret of image? That was the topic. He said the secret of image, the most important secret is what? Is you. He said the most important secret is you. God looks at what we call the arts. That means, okay, when God is looking at the arts, okay, and what are the things God is looking at? When your art is pure, when your art is like you're made up to what? Fulfill destiny, to wipe away tears. God looks at what you want to do. So it's not about you saying it, it's about looking at the art. He said, check your art. Is your art pure? Check your art. Are you someone that whereby you really, if you're talking about the vision, if they're talking about the mission to raise 500,000, are you someone who is part of the people that want to raise the 500,000, or you are outside the monitoring part? Check your art. Sometimes your art, maybe all the things you want to achieve, your art might be telling you, I want to achieve this, Lord bless me, Lord bless me, Lord bless me. And the only thing God is just saying is that he's looking at a daughter, he's looking at a son who is just after, how much do I want to make? But he's not looking about the life, the impact you want to make. But what God is looking at, that's what the president, that's what Baba's talked about. He said he's looking at what? You, which is your art. God bless you, sir. And I want to say thank you so much to everyone. Thank you so much, Baba. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much to everyone. Okay, Vitamin O, Orimitike. Thank you so much, everyone. Over to you, Engineer Lad. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
All right. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Global Ambassador Onyi. Thank you, Ambassador Peace Nzikwe, our latest top one. All right. So I believe that many of us at this point have gotten or have caught up to what has actually taken place at the Emerge. And it's not just about putting these lessons or writing down these lessons. It's about implementing them. It's about working with them, actually. All right. I can still see that we're less than 1,000, and I'm not excited by these. I'm not even motivated to bring the entrepreneur mentor up. This is, I mean, less than half of the delegates in Emerge 2.0. So can we do a quick exercise, please? Let's do a quick exercise. At least from the Trailblazers group, I would be able to see this. Let's do a quick exercise. Do a rant. Do a rant in your various groups. Also send it individually. If you're a Kingsman listening to me, send this individually. You're a member of a Club 10. Send the link. I'm sure the leaders had told us this yesterday. Send the link personally. Send the link personally to everybody in your team or in your group that actually attended, whether they are prospects or they are teammates. Please send it to them. They can't afford not to be in this meeting. They can't afford not to be in this meeting because a lot, all right? The team is Elevate. The team of this event is Elevate. And it is just setting us on the right launch pad for the 90 days game plan and beyond. All right, for the 90 days game plan and beyond. And most, you see, time limited us at Emerge for the entrepreneur mentor to be able to dish out everything he had in mind. And this is equally giving an opportunity to those that even missed the Emerge. So I believe that we should be beyond 2,000 in this room right now. We should be beyond 2,000, except my network is not serving me right. Okay, now it's about 900. Please, let's get it. Let's get it beyond 1,000 at least, beyond 1,000 at least. So I'm just coming back here to actually set these expectations right. What do you stand to gain and what do you stand to lose as the entrepreneur mentor coming up? Now, I want you to please, first and foremost, set aside every form of distraction. If you're in a public place, step aside, look for somewhere quiet, because the next 30 minutes could change your life. The next 30 minutes will change your life. The next 30 minutes must change your life. I need you to be deliberate about that, please. If you need to get a pair of earphones, get a pair of earphones, but you must drown out all the noise. You must drown out all the noise from within you. You must drown out all the noise. You must drown out all the noise. Good. I can see some people are still typing. Some people are typing. Some people are typing. So let's quickly do that. Let's quickly get that. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get the numbers up. Send it privately and personally to your teammates and to everybody that attended Emerge. Send it, all right? What does it mean to elevate? Elevate means to be able to stand on a higher platform in order for you to view or see beyond or see further. So this meeting is going to be like a pedestal or a platform that can enable us to be able to see, because the higher or the taller you are, the farther you can see. It's just like, for instance, if I'm on a ground floor right now and I open the window, excuse me, there's a limit to what I can actually see. But if I decide to go to the third floor, which is 3 floors above where I am, I'll be able to see farther. I'll be able to see more buildings. I might be able to see more people. I'll be able to see farther than it is. And that is what Elevate is. All right? Elevate allows you. And you see, the way God blesses is that as far as you can see is what you can have. The farther you can see. And what we do, or what mentors actually are here for, is for us to be able to stand on their shoulders and see farther. So the wealth of their experiences, the depth of their knowledge, the depth of their results, all right, enables us to be able to stand on that pedestal, stand on that platform, to see further what we can actually receive and achieve and how to actually get there. So you can't afford. This is showing us how we can advance to the next levels in our lives. For every new level, there is a devil. And they have been there and conquered those devils. And now we have the privilege of being able to stand on their shoulders, to see further, and to achieve that same levels of success and beyond. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, it's with great joy, excitement, honor and a privilege I don't take for granted to be bringing up this morning on stage no other person than the president of C21FG, the visionary of C21FG, all right, whom God has used to establish the Own Your Life campaign, the La Buena Vida project, the Diamond project, the Amazon project, the 1% Crazy Tribe, the Feed the Family project, the We Care project, you name it. All these geared towards positively impacting the lives of people, all right? And this morning, we're excited to have him with us at the Super Friday Summit meeting to show us how we can advance to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, join me this time around to bring a doctor in leadership development, Ambassador Dr. Michael Okolie, also known and popularly known as the Entrepreneur Mentor. Sir, you're welcome. We're excited to have you. Thank you for all you do for us. Thank you for all you do for humanity. And thank you for all you do for the vision and the civilization that God has birthed in answer to the prayers and the cries of people. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. All the way from the city of London. So let's go to the chat room and begin to type, welcome TEM, welcome TEM. If you know he has been a blessing to you, go right now and begin to welcome him. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. We're excited to have you. I can see the YouTube is flooding with welcome messages. You're welcome, sir. Keep typing welcome. Keep typing welcome. I think he had just unmuted himself. There might be some network challenges. Keep typing welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Wow. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Confirm you can hear me.
Loud and clear, sir.
So I want to graciously welcome everybody to this. Have we ever had a Super Friday Summit before? I think this might be the first Super Friday Summit. And I know that it's going to be a special one because something tells me that today is that day that somebody has been praying for. Something also tells me that today will answer a lot of questions in the minds of people. So I want you to fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a brief session, but very transformative. So are you ready? If you're ready, go to the chat box and type, I am ready. If you're ready, go to the chat and type, I am ready. Type, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready. Okay, so confirm you can hear me and confirm you can see me. Confirm you can hear me and see me.
Loud and clear.
Alrighty. Greetings from the United Kingdom. So cold, it's early, and it's very and extremely cold. I think it's -2 degrees, more like you're in a freezer. But we have to do what we have to do. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you on a topic I call elevate. And this topic and this training is not just a training to show you how to elevate. Confirm you can hear me clear? It's not just a training to show you how to elevate. It's a training that actually elevates you. And that's why I said today will be transformative for a lot of people listening to the sound of my voice. You know, there are two kinds of trainings. There are trainings that come to teach you, and you go to do what you have learned. Whereas there are trainings that come to take you and make you become what you're learning. So this is one of those trainings that's not just going to teach you, but it's here to make you. And that's why you need to pay very close attention to what I'm about to share, share with you guys about Elevate. Now, I have discovered that life, the quality of life is dimensionally proportional to how happy somebody is. Let me rephrase it. You're happy in life when your life, the quality of your life is dependent. Okay. The quality of your life is dependent on how happy you are. So life is measured in quality, not necessarily quantity. So if I tell you I have a higher quality of life than you, it does not necessarily imply that I'm driving a better car than you or I live in a better house than you. What it implies is that I am happier than you. And that's why I see some people very wealthy, but they are not happy. I see people barely trying to survive, but they're happy. So quality of life is measured in how happy you are. However, money has a way of making you happy. That's why those people that have a lot more money seem to have a higher quality of life, because money has the capacity to purchase things that will make you happy. So it's assumed that the wealthier you become, the happier you are, because of the power and the potency of money. However, while it is true that money, somebody said, if you say money cannot make you happy, then let me show you where to shop. Probably you don't know where to shop. And I agree with that. Money has a tendency to make you happy, a whole lot tendency. However, true happiness is also not measured by the number of things you have. True happiness is measured intrinsically by progress. Every human being is created to progress in life. And when you're progressing, you become happy. When you're progressing, you become happy. When you're not progressing, you become depressed. One of the leading causes of depression is not there's no food to eat. It's people just woke up in the morning and they look at themselves in the mirror and they said, I ought to be bigger than where I am today. One of the leading causes of sadness is not lack of money in the pocket. In fact, some of the happiest people don't have so much. But guess what? They look at their life and they can see progress. And when they can see progress, it gives them hope that tomorrow will be better. When they can't see progress, when they can't see progress, they begin to doubt the uncertainty of tomorrow. So progress, in essence, is the definition of happiness. Some people can call progress success. And that's why if you watch all these athletes that earn so much money, you know, maybe the football stars, the boxing stars, the music stars, when you come to them, what they want is to see their craft progress. When you get to a football player, yet he likes the money, but his happiness is really dependent more on how he's progressing in his craft. And I said all this to bring a point to true happiness is measured by your success and your progress in whatever you're called to do. That is why in the hierarchy of fulfillment, progress is ranked high because people will rather progress. People will rather see themselves succeeding than even see themselves eating food. People will rather, that is why most of the great people today, they have money. They don't use that money. They use that money to invest in their business because they want to see progress. Where they were 2 years ago is not where they are today. And where they are today is not where they're going to be tomorrow. Now, secondly, progress is the reason people want to live. People live for something. They want to live that. The reason, the life force that sponsors people to be alive is because they want to progress. By this time next year, I should have had this. By this time 2 years, I should have had this. By this time in 4 years, I should have had this. By this time in 5 years, this is where I should have attained. Now, all those attainments are protocols of progress that emanates from their life circumstances. But there's a problem. The problem is that most people seem to be stuck and they can't progress. Most people, they've been on one level for far too many years, too many months, too many weeks. They know they have left this level. Do you know how it is? When you get admission into school, you're excited, but all of a sudden, you can't seem to leave the first year. You were excited when you matriculated, but you become sad when you can't move to the next level. You see yourself carrying over courses and you can't seem to graduate. Now, sadder is not just the ability to be stuck, it's that people don't know what to do to move to the next level. People don't know what to do to move to the next level. And that is why I bring to you Elevate. Elevate means step into your next dimension. Step into what do I need to do? How do I elevate? How do I live today? And 6 months from today, my life has gone to the next level. How do I live today? If your goal is to lose weight, maybe lose 10 pounds this year, how do I live so that by the first quarter I have lost 3 pounds? If your goal is to make an amount of money by the end of this year, how do I live here? What do I need to do so that in the next 3 months, I've seen some level of progress? This is January 2025. 12 months ago, it was January 2024. Most of us, we are worse off where we are than where we are 1 year ago. And to that reason, I bring you Elevate. Elevate is coming to a point where you are not stagnant. You're moving to the next level with the hope to keep moving to all ultimate levels of your life. And the question is, how do I become elevated? The first thing you need to know about becoming elevated is, for the most part, you can't lift yourself up. For the most part, you can't lift yourself up. Insanity is defined by doing the same thing all over again and expecting a different result. Most people that are stuck, the reason they are stuck is because they are coming to say, you know what? Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. No. When you are at a level, in fact, it's called the law of inertia. It is Newton's first law of motion. What I'm about to tell you is Newton's first law of motion. It's called the law of inertia. It states that a body, it's a law. It's not hypothetics. It's not hypothetical. It's a law. A law is something that governs our existence. It's just like the law of gravity. A lot of law is law. Life is undergirded by laws. So if you understand the laws that undergird life, you excel. It's just like a car. A car is undergirded by laws. If I understand the laws that guide the car, I can drive it. Schooling, training, eating, everything in life are undergirded by laws. So if you want to stay ahead of life, just master the laws that undergird what you're doing. So I'm talking to you the first law of motion. I think this is the most popular law in science. It's called the law of inertia. And the law of inertia states that a body remains in a state of rest or constant uniform motion until an external object acts on it. The law states that I will be where I am, stagnated, stuck, or I can be moving, but I'm on a constant uniform motion. What it means is I'm moving at 30 miles per hour. I maintain that motion of velocity. There's some of us that are stuck. Nothing is moving. There's some of us that are moving, but we can't break out from that speedometer range. The law of inertia, which is the first law, I need to understand this is the first law of motion. It states that you remain in that spot until an external force acts on you. So what that tells me, if you understand this law, what that tells me is that if I'm stuck, I need an external push. So it goes down to buttress the first point I made. For you to elevate, you need external help. If you think you want to go and do what you're doing, no, because your capacity is your capacity. You need external help to push you to elevate. That's the first thing. The second thing I'm going to tell you is that external help, that you need is not human connection. Listen to me, follow me carefully. That external help that you need is not a mentor. What are you talking about? How do you mean? That external help that you need is not a godfather. That external help, that force, is except the body remains in a state of rest or constant uniform motion, except being acted by an external force. That force is not people, is not money, is not connection. That force that acts on you to change your frequency is what I call knowledge. What knowledge does is when knowledge comes, knowledge can come from human beings, it can come from people, it can come from money, it can come from connection. But those people are not what is pushing you. The real material that is pushing you to elevate, anybody that will elevate by knowledge. If you're in year one, what makes you to move from year one to year two is not your lecturers. It's not the school, because there are some people that have the same lecturers, have the same school, but they are not elevated. Even though the lecturers are support systems, the school is a support system, your handout, your everything is there. But the ultimate currency for elevation is knowledge. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the year of knowledge. If there's anything you look for in this life this year, if there's anything you should pursue, if you want to leave the level you are, let me put it this way. Between you and where you want to be is not money. That is why go and check the history of people that won lotteries. Have you not given monies to people to go and start a business? They come back 3 months later and they are broker than when you met them. Have you not connected people? Come, the governor is my uncle's cousin, sister's daughter's son. You connect them. They have that contact. But despite that connection, 6 months later, they are worse off than when you met them. That shows you that money, connections, does not elevate. It's also possible you give somebody money, you give somebody connection, and that person elevates. The ingredient or the currency that elevates that person is not that money, but the knowledge that is acquired through that money. The knowledge that is acquired through that connection. So what elevates you? So if you're tired of where you are, if you're stuck or where you are, what you need to seek is knowledge. During the merge, we broke it down extensively. I don't have the time to do that for those that didn't come for a merge. But what I'm going to tell you is this. Knowledge is what your problem is not the problem. Let me put it this way. The challenges that you're facing now are not the challenges. The challenge that you're facing is your inadequate knowledge to rise and elevate above your challenges. Let me give you another example. I flew to the United Kingdom via an aeroplane. 200 years ago, do you know how people came here? They went days and days through the sea. Somebody like me, if I have to enter a boat to come here, I will live and die where I am. Because if you can't swim, I can't spend days on the water. People traversed wildernesses to get here. But it took me just 6 hours to come from Nigeria to London. And listen to me. 100 years ago, that was not possible. It was not possible, not because the technology was not available. The only reason it was not possible is because the knowledge has not been known. When God created the world, He created everything. After God created the world, God did not create the aeroplane. God did not create the phone I'm using to talk to you. God did not create the internet. I'm here and I'm talking to lots of people all over the world. I'm in the United Kingdom and I'm speaking to people all over the world. And you're hearing me, seeing me online real time. 20 years ago, it wasn't possible. 25 years ago, it wasn't possible. What changed? What changed was not that God created the internet. No. What changed was not that God created the phone. What changed is that knowledge was made available. And with that knowledge, we overcame the obstacles. 20 years from now, 20 years from now, there are certain things that now I can't think of it. Not that it's not available, but because the knowledge, we don't have the knowledge now. 20 years from now, it's possible for me to press a button and I will appear in London. Are you a witch? That's what they will say. But 20 years ago, what I'm doing now, if you had told somebody down, I can be talking to you from London and Nigeria and you hear me and you see me, maybe 30 years ago, they will tell you, are you a witch? 100 years ago, if you tell somebody I can fly from one continent to another in a matter of hours, they will ask you, are you a witch? The same way, there are certain realities that are real. But if we begin to talk about it now, they will tell you, are you a witch? If I tell you all I need to move to Australia is to go somewhere, press a button, and enter a booth, and in 10 seconds, I'm in Australia, they will tell you, come and be going, come and be going, come and be going. You're having mental problem. But the difference between where we are now and 25 years from now is knowledge. When the knowledge is opened up, you enter into the next level. And that's why I said the difference between where you are and where you want to get to is knowledge gap. But this knowledge is not knowledge that you read in the book. This knowledge is not knowledge that you read by going to school. Our professors are the worst hits. Our lecturers are the worst hits. Most lecturers, if you don't pay them for 6 months, they're gone. Those things are called information. The knowledge that elevates you is called illumination. Illumination is the knowledge that elevates you. So if you want to live where you are, seek illumination. And while I'm talking to you now, as I'm speaking, some of you, you're just hearing me speak, but you begin to have illumination. What is illumination? Illumination is when light sheds on you and you begin to see and know things that were already there. Access to internet was already there. Metal object flying in the air was already there. There was nothing that was created again. But all of a sudden, illumination came to some certain individuals and they begin to think I can do this. I can do this. Oh, there's a chip. Oh, I can do this. What is nothing was created. What was given was light. Their lives were illuminated. And when your life is illuminated, you begin to see things. You begin to see things. For your information, everybody listening to me can't see. The reason you're seeing is because light. If I put up the light in this place, you can't see me. The reason you can see me is because there is light available. Am I communicating? The reason you can see me, can you see me? Please confirm you can see me and I'm spotlighted. The reason you can see me is because if I switch off the light in this room, you can't see me. So the level of knowledge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be is by illumination. What's the illumination? Light shines and you begin to pick certain, all of a sudden, some of us, all of a sudden, I just know. Let me tell you. Sometimes you just, oh, I just remembered. No, you did not just remember. Most of the things you just remembered. But you're going somewhere. All of a sudden, you just remember, I need to take something. You did not just remember. You were illuminated. When illumination comes, you begin to see things that has been there all the while, but you didn't say it. That is why great men and women are not just function of hard-working people. They were people that were highly illuminated. So they come, if Elon Musk comes into this room now, or comes into this place, he sees something that you don't see. So his mind begins to work. Oh, you're coming in, you're seeing a place, you're excited. He comes in, he says something different. The same environment, different sites because of different illumination. Somebody comes into our business, all he's saying is, he's seeing obstacle. And that person is introduced into our business. And he sees possibilities. Oh, this is what it is. The same thing as I'm talking to you. Two people are listening to me. One is saying something else, another person is saying something else. The degree of what you see is the magnitude of illumination that you have. When light comes, you see more. When your light is low, even though you're in the room, you can't see. And the moment you see, you move. Oh, the moment you see, you are elevated automatically. So how do I get elevated? Light. Now, let me put it this way. Most of us, now, how do you get elevated? You move from one place to another. Elevation is not necessarily a quantum leap. Some of us are waiting to say a quantum leap. Okay, I have grown. No, elevation is a gradual progress made. That's why when you come from mentorship like this, training like this, you continue. Just like you're growing. I didn't know when I was growing up, I was quite not on the tall side. When I grew from 5'7" to 5'8", I didn't know. So to 5'9" to 6 feet, you wouldn't know. When you keep eating gradually, so that's how growth and light comes. It doesn't come boom all of a sudden. Hey, no. As I'm talking to you, some of you, as you're listening to, just by coming to this training and this master class, you have elevated. But these things are not the things you measure with cognitive devices, so you don't even know. But all of a sudden, you see yourself able to do more things. But this is a challenge. A lot of people acquire light. over time and elevates. But through elevation is consistent and gradual. It's not hardly is it quick fix. When you say somebody has blown overnight, no, that night, maybe you've not been hearing him, but before it came to that point, I was watching somebody that's one musician that has one of the highest, views. All we saw was Ed Sheeran. But I was watching one of his music and I saw when at 4 years old, he was holding a piano. All we know is, oh, he sang a song. Oh, the song has 3-point-something billion views, 4-point-something billion views. Oh, who is this person? You're dancing to the song, you're vibing. What you did not know was at the age of 3 or so, I think it was 3 or 4 years old, he was already playing music instruments. What were you doing at the age of 3? You were pooping around the house. So all of a sudden, you see the person blow. But no, it was so why a lot of people don't elevate is because they don't understand it's a gradual process. That's why people miss it. They think they want to blow, it will just happen for you. No, it doesn't just happen. It's a gradual, consistent process of light and illumination till the point comes when you now go. So know what happens? Most people, because they don't understand what I'm telling you, they are growing, they are gradually growing. But because they don't know that you need to form a quorum before lights come in packets, quantas. So you don't just see light. This light you're seeing, if they show the light you see are in packets and quantas. So it's when it aggregates that it makes meaning. So sometimes you just need this training. This training is coming into your soul. All of a sudden, after a period of time, you elevate. But because people don't know that, when they get a level of light, they stop. Because they don't know that it's a continuous gradual process. That elevation, just like eating and growing, is a continuous gradual process over time. You don't just become a graduate by attending one lecture. You didn't become a graduate by attending one exam. You became a graduate by attending series of classes, series of practicals, series of laughter. All of a sudden, it now culminated to the day when you became a graduate. That is how elevation happens in life. So some of you may have truncated your elevation. Why? Because you are getting something, all of a sudden, it's not materializing. All of a sudden, I'm not seeing what I'm seeing. I'm not seeing what I'm getting. And you disconnect yourself and you lose the light. So for you to be elevated, you must understand that it's a gradual, ongoing process of light, illumination, until it forms a body of truth that you don't even know when you become. The second reason why people don't elevate and people are stuck is because they get light, but they don't know that once you get something, you can lose it. This is my watch. It's a Richard Mille. I've acquired it. Yes, I've acquired it. But guess what? If I don't think I can lose this thing, I can lose it. Even though it is mine, but nothing says that in the next 1 year, it will still be mine. Why? Because there's a tendency for me to lose it. Most of us know what I'm talking about. That your phone that you danced about, all of a sudden they call it the rightful owners. The rightful owners came and collected it. Now the challenge is that when you get that item, it is yours. Nobody's arguing with you. But what is yours today may not be yours tomorrow. That's why people don't elevate. They catch a body of truth. They catch light. But they think just like their car, their house, this, it is their own. They don't know that there's a tendency for that which they caught to be taken away from them. So you see somebody that gradually getting light, All of a sudden, because they think, he said, there's a way you think that you have something. You have a relationship. You have a marriage. You have a child. You have a car. You have a license. You think, I have it. But if you're not careful, you can lose your license. You can lose your marriage. You can lose your child. You can lose your car. You can lose your properties. In the same way, light or knowledge can be lost. I used to think that when you acquire knowledge, you become. And when you become, you don't unbecome. But I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. Because when you become something, you need to keep at that level. Check truth apparel. I'm the world heavyweight boxing champion of the world. Yeah. Yes, I have the belt. But Oga, you need to keep that belt because you might lose it in the next 3 months. All truths are parallel. Just like you acquire physical things, knowledge. Let me give an example. I'm looking for something to use. I can't find anything handy to use. Okay, this is a clock. This is a table clock. Now, if I bought this clock and this is my clock, what it means that this belongs to me. This belongs to me. This belongs to me. Okay, let me use my watch. I think it's a perfect example. This is my watch. It belongs to me. I'm wearing it. Now, this is in the physical realm because my body is wearing this watch. My five senses my five senses recognize the fact that I own a watch. There's nothing you can do to explain to me that this watch is not my own. Why? Because my five senses have a watch. But now, what happens is this. Just like I'm physically aware, that I have a watch, doesn't mean that this watch will always be here. What it means is this. It's my watch, no doubt. Listen to me. But tomorrow, God forbid, though, I'm not going to lose this watch. But if I'm not careful, I can lose this watch. If I forget this watch, if I finish taking my bath or whatever, and I'm traveling and I forget this watch in London, and I go back to Nigeria, and they ask, where is that your watch? If I'm not intentional about this watch, I can misplace it. And once I misplace it, I no longer have it. Listen to me carefully. Now, the same way this watch is a reality to me, knowledge is a reality to my spirit. Information of this watch is a reality to me. I can't argue with you. You're not just a human being. You're a human being. You're not just your body. You have a soul. You're a spirit. You have a soul that lives in the body. The same way your body can wear watch. My spirit cannot wear watch. My soul cannot wear watch. If I have money, I buy a jacket and I'm wearing a mafia suit and I'm happy. My spirit does not wear this. My soul does not wear this. What my spirit wears is knowledge. What my spirit wears is light. What my spirit wears is light and knowledge. So the level of knowledge my spirit has is the quality of life that I live, because it's my spirit that influences my body. Listen to me carefully. The same way this is real, please spotlight the video. The same way this is real to my physical and cognitive senses, that's the same way knowledge is real to my spiritual faculties. So just like I have this cap in the physical, I have this watch in the physical, when I get light or knowledge, it is my spirit that holds it tangibly. That's why some things you know that you know that you know. When illumination comes, oh. Do you know what happened when the first man fell? He was clothed with light and knowledge. The moment he fell, he became naked. All of a sudden, he discovered he was naked. He was not wearing clothes. He had to get leaves to cover himself. What happened was when he sinned, he fell short of knowledge. So he was unclothed. Just like if I remove my dress now, I become naked in the physical. Your main person, knowledge is what clothes you. Knowledge is what gives you your advantage. Knowledge is what elevates you. So there's certain, when you lose that knowledge, when they lost that knowledge, they discovered they were naked. They were using leaves to cover themselves. They were not naked before. It was not clothes. They had a knowledge. They had clothing. Their spirit were clothed. So the reality of the physical knowledge is also the same reality with the spiritual knowledge. That knowledge is what your spirit holds. But just like you can lose physical things, you can also lose your spiritual knowledge, the light and the illumination. That's why some people, they catch light. Oh yes, I've got this business, I have it. And truly, they've caught the vision. But if certain things are not done, they lose it. Did they catch it at the time? Yes, they caught it. But if you're not careful, if you don't hold fast to what you have, you can lose it. Why do you lose it? It's because the reality of having it is also the reality. Just like I have this watch, if I'm careless, the next 1 week I may not have this watch. Just like some of us have phones. If I ask you, where's that your iPhone or Android? He will tell me you don't have it anymore. And in the same way, the light or the knowledge in your spiritual realm, you can have it today and lose it tomorrow. Do you know why? The reason is because you don't know. But let me tell you, your number one enemy, his job is to steal. See, the thief cometh but to steal, kill, and destroy. The agenda of the enemy of your progress is not even to kill you. It's to, first of all, steal from you. What is stealing from you is not the watch. What is stealing from you is not your jacket. What is stealing from you is not your cap. What is stealing from you is the illumination that you have, the light that you have, the knowledge that you have. It takes it from you. If you don't know that it can be stolen, you can come to a point where you're bereft of all knowledge. And I told you, your quality of life is as a result of the level of knowledge that you have. But that knowledge can be stolen. The reason a lot of people don't elevate is because their light has been dimmed. And that's why at Emerge, for those of you that brought out that when your light goes, you see, your light does not just get dim, somebody steals it. So what do I do so that I preserve the light? Some of us have come to Emerge, we're so excited. But sir, ma, if you're not careful, that light that you caught, that knowledge you caught can be stolen. Have you ever wondered how you train on something? And after training on something, people now say, oh, yes, I know rebellion is not good. Disloyalty is not good. And they know it. It's not today. They know it. They got the knowledge. But 2 years down the line, 1 year down the line, they see themselves making the same mistakes that they already know. I know this thing. I know it. I know that this is wrong. I know that this is wrong. They know it. They caught the knowledge. But 6 months down the line, 1 year down the line, that same thing they know, you see them acting it. But I thought you knew this. Yes, they knew it. But because they didn't know that it has the potential of being stolen, it was taken away from them. It was taken away from them. Spiritual realities can be taken away, just like physical realities can be taken away from. You had it before. Yes, I know that you should respect your leader. I know that you should not do. You know better. You have done it before. But all of a sudden, because you are not aware that there's somebody going around looking for what to steal from you. You are not aware that there's a thief around looking to steal your light, looking to steal your shine, looking to steal your knowledge, because you're not aware. You are exposed. And when you're exposed, that knowledge is taken. And when the knowledge is taken, you fall down. You go down immediately. What is making you elevate is the knowledge that you have. What is making you become more is the knowledge that you have. But you can, but you can lose that knowledge. Someone say, how do you lose that knowledge? When the reality of those things are no longer sharp in your mind. You see somebody knowing that this is wrong. They know. But they know. In fact, they even told people before, don't do this thing, is wrong. But when the knowledge goes, you see themselves doing that same thing that they know is wrong. And they can't find it wrong anymore. When you say elevate, is a culmination of knowledge. But when the knowledge comes, you need to know what to do so that you don't lose it. So that when another knowledge comes, and another knowledge comes, and another knowledge comes, over time, you begin to gradually elevate. Some of you went for Emerge, came out. You don't know that in 2 weeks, in 1 month, that thing can be taken away from you. Because the thief cometh not to but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. You have an enemy of your soul, of your future. All he wants to do is to steal from you. It's just, that's what some people, 5 years ago, 5 years ago, I asked, why did you stop the business? They can't give you one reason. Why did you stop the business? It was hard. What was hard? What I did now is not harder. Somebody annoyed me. Where you are now? People not annoying you every day. Yeah, people annoying me here. Okay, no. I was not just meant for me. They're going round and round because the honest truth is, they don't even know why. Why? Because what made them start the business was not information, was illumination. When that illumination is taken, you see somebody fighting. It's illumination that is taken. So listen, gentlemen, how do I guard the light and the knowledge that I have? And I'll be out of the way. How do I guide the knowledge and the light that I have? I already told you guys that this level of knowledge in Emerge is not something you acquire by reading a book. It's not something that you can acquire by reading a book, but it's not necessary to reading a book. You must be summoned to this level of knowledge. This level of knowledge, you can read a book and get it. You can read a book and not get it. You can give a book to 10 people, they read the same book. Maybe only one will elevate. Why? Because it's that level of the second level of knowledge, you are summoned into it. You are not just you don't just acquire it, you are called into it. So how do I come to a place and a point where I elevate? Number one, guard what you have. Guard the knowledge. Guard the light that you have. Guard it like you're holding a diamond. Know that people are coming to steal. In the parable of the sower, I talked about the person that went to sow. He was planting. He said that some seed that were by the wayside. He said the birds of the air came to eat it. When Jesus was defining that parable, he said the birds of the air will find the devil. The devil came and collected the word that was sowed. They had knowledge, they had light, they received it with joy, they're excited. One of the ways to know that you have knowledge is joy and excitement. Once light comes, just like never has come, light comes, you'll be excited. But when you don't know that you can guard your light, something can come and take it. So number one, guard it judiciously. How do you guard it? There are 2 gates you need to watch over. Your ear gates and your eye gates. That is the gates through which the thief come to steal your knowledge. Your ear gates and your eye gates. Those are the gates. Your mouth, things that enter into your mouth does not make you impure. So even your mouth is an opening to your body. Your eyes and your ears are opening to your soul. So guard the knowledge. For those of you that came from a match, guard it. How do you guard it? Watch the things you hear and watch the things you see. Anything that comes that is contrary, oh God. People that don't understand what I'm telling you, things will be stolen from them. Do you know that even though I'm in Nigeria, if I'm coming back to Nigeria, I will pass through immigration. I cannot just carry my bag and just be going. Coming to the UK, you must pass through immigration. Even if you have a British passport, there's still a place that you have to scan it. If you don't scan it there, if you don't, they will need to prove. Why do they have borders? That's what America is, Donald Trump is doing, is protecting the borders. Because if you don't protect your borders, aliens will come in there and finish you. What are your borders? Your borders is the access to the knowledge that you have. I can use physical this and protect my physical assets, but the knowledge and the light that elevates you, you protect it by the things you see and the things you hear. Anything that is contrary to what you believe, negativity, don't hear it. Don't say, some of you come and say, let me come and hear. What are they saying? Let me come and see. What are they saying? You are just opening your gates. I don't hear any, as I'm talking to you now, you can't tell me anything negative. I don't hear it. I don't see anything negative. I can't see it. Some people will send, there's someone that used to send me, and you come and send me, well, I can't say it. Why? Because when negative things enter to you, when negative things enter into you, they come to steal your light. They come to, have you ever come out and you're so excited, and you see possibilities, and you walk into a place and somebody is saying negative things, leave that thing, and you listen to the person, and after listening to the person, you become depressed. Your light is dim. Just listening to somebody that said negative, don't be stressing yourself. Now, so they told you 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Can't you see? When the people begin to tell you negative things, what the person does is he enters into your ear gates and he steals your light, your illumination. All of a sudden, you're now sad, you're not dull. What has happened to you is that your light has been stolen. And when your light is being stolen, you can't elevate. Like I said, light or illumination is the force that takes you from one level to another. So you see yourself battling with the same level. That's why some of you may need to change your circle of friends. If your circle of friends are people that are negative, telling you how you can't do it, telling you how you can't succeed, telling you how economy is hard, telling you how everybody is dying, you need to disconnect yourself because you're opening your ear gates to them. They will enter and they will steal the knowledge, the illumination that helps you to elevate, because the thief cometh but to steal. Stealing is his fundamental attribute. You can't say anything negative. But when you start saying anything negative, I've locked my gate. I've locked my gate. If you're in the house and you see people doing protesting, you gotta lock your gate. So how do you lock your gate? Block. Just stop listening. Okay. I disconnect immediately. There's people that come and tell me, I'm going through this, I'm going through this. I disconnect. I will hear you, but it can't enter into me. Because those negative words are coming to steal your light, your knowledge. It's that knowledge that elevates you to the next level. So guard it. Your eyes. That is how they steal your life. What do you see? It's not everything you watch. My mentor told me, anything you don't want to buy, don't enter into where they're selling it. Don't enter into the shop. Don't enter the shop where they're selling what you don't want to buy. Because I will see. There's some things you'll call me. I know better. I don't need to see. I don't want to buy. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke around. So nothing will make me enter into a shop where they're selling weed to come and nothing will make me enter there because I don't want to buy it. Because the things you see are the things you long for. Some people have been misled because they follow, come, let's go and see something. You come, you see, oh, wow. The only things that I see are positive things, possibilities. That is why you must check the people you hang around with. Anybody that is taking you to places where you see what you don't want, avoid them. Number two, the first one is guard your gates, your ear gates, your eye gates. The second way to elevate or to preserve your life from being dim is use your light. Whatever you don't use, you lose. It's a law. It's called the law of use and lose. If you don't use this hand for a long time, you lose the hand. Anything you don't use, you lose. So you may have light. Some of us will have light. Yay! Well, come from a merge. But you can't use it. You don't use it. It becomes dormant. What happens is you lose it. You lose it. Whatever you don't use, you lose. It doesn't matter what you have. If you don't use it, you lose it. How do people lose their light? They don't use it. So, sir, how do I use what I have? Any information you get now, put it into use immediately. Don't wait till 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. You will lose it. An idea comes to you. Oh, do this, do this. It's illumination. Immediately. Don't be arguing. An idea comes to you. You know this is light. Use it. As I'm talking now, some of you, as you're listening to me, there's several, I'm saying something else. Something else is coming to you. It's called light. Because some of the words we speak are not just informative words. They are light. As I'm speaking light. So as you're listening to me, there are certain things that are coming to you cognitively. Write it down and implement. There's something that as I'm talking to somebody listening to me, something just came to you now. All of a sudden, it's not part of what I'm doing, something just came to you now. It's a light. Write it down and implement it immediately. It's not just information. Trainings like this are not just information. It's light. It's light. It's illumination. Light just shone on you. Okay, something just tells you, okay, this is what you need to do. Someone just tells you, okay, go and talk to that person. Okay, do your business this way. Oh, it is light. When it comes, use it immediately. Whatever you don't use, you lose. Then finally, how do I elevate? The first one I told you is that illumination, knowledge is the force that causes you to elevate. And knowledge has to be gradual. Knowledge can be lost. That knowledge is called illumination. It's not the knowledge that you read in the book. I talked about that extensively. It's called illumination. All of a sudden, you are illumined. There's a first level of knowledge called awareness. The second one is illumination. You are illuminated. Light just comes and you just know that. You just know that you know that you know that you know. So you must guard it through your eye gates and the ear gates. Number two, you must use it. Then the third one is that for you to have light or knowledge, you must aggressively position yourself for it. You can seek information. You can buy information. You don't buy knowledge. You can buy a PhD degree. You can't buy knowledge. Knowledge is revealed. It's called apocalypse. So it is revealed. Knowledge is, you can have all the information, but knowledge will be withdrawn from you. So what you do is there are certain things you do that positions you to a place where more light can be shown to you. And one of the ways is to seek it. Seek it. Be in constant pursuit of knowledge. And how do you pursue knowledge? Do things that you haven't done before. Stretch yourself. Knowledge is given for those that take responsibility. Let me put it that way. If I see that you want to do an assignment, I equip you with the knowledge to carry it out. So you can call it stretch yourself, you can call it take responsibility. In taking that responsibility, do you know how I got to this place? I didn't get here because I wanted to get here. I got here because I took a responsibility. And in taking that responsibility, light was shone, knowledge was given, illumination was gotten. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to the sound of my voice, and in 2025, you want to elevate, you want by June this year, you will no longer be where you are January this year. For you to get knowledge, you must stretch yourself and do what you haven't done before. I got to this place because I decided to engage in a project in 2016 and August, September. I decided to engage in a project called the 90 Days Game Plan. I'm going to break it down, and I'll tell you. I wanted to succeed so badly, but knowledge is only given to people that have tasks at hand. If I employ somebody and I want you to do a task, I will furnish you with what is needed. So when there is no responsibility, you forget about light. If there's not something that you have taken and said, this is something I want to do, nobody will furnish you with light to get it done. Light is not thrown around. Do you know why most of us are stuck? There's nothing that is driving you. You don't have a passion. Nothing wakes you up in the middle of the night. Nothing is holding you forth. Nothing is making you forget that you have not eaten food. That is why knowledge cannot come. Because knowledge is not dashed to people, charlatans. It's given to people that have a responsibility. So I undertook this 90 days project. And knowledge and light begin to shine. Ladies and gentlemen, on the 26th of January, we are launching the 90 days game plan. That 90 days game plan, I call it Elevate. Because what's going to happen is this. For the next 90 days, you will do what naturally you would not do. You will position yourself to a place where you can be someone for knowledge. You will do some things that by the time you do it, light will shine on you. And once light comes on you, you come up. Once light shines on you, you can't buy light. Once you position yourself and it shines on you, the door is opened and you elevate. But there's certain things that you must do to bring yourself to the place where light comes on you. One of it is to get out of your comfort zone. 2025, I must leave my comfort zone and do what I've not done before. If you're not ready to do what I'm telling you, January 2026 will still be here because you need an external force to elevate you. It's called the law of inertia. If you are not ready to get out of your comfort zone, January 2027, you still be here hoping and you're aging without growing because you need an external force. And that external force comes as a form of light and knowledge. And it only comes when you're ready to position yourself and align yourself. What does the moon do? The moon does not have a light of its own. It correctly positions itself so the light of the sun can reflect the light of the sun. Light is reflective. The light you see, if you understand the laws of reflection and refraction, it's got that light. The light you see is reflective. But you must position yourself when light can reflect, when knowledge can reflect. And one of the things you can do is to leave your comfort zone. I offer you an opportunity. If you're listening to the sound of my voice, forget the challenges outside there. Just embark on a project that takes you out of your comfort zone. The project, 90 days project, is called Elevate Project. I want to elevate my life in the next 90 days. I want to go for the next 90 days. For the next 90 days, starting from the 26th of January to the 25th of April, I want to go all out. I want to sell out. For the we're launching it on Sunday at the individual hubs. Please, all the hub anchors, please get a small cake, Project Elevate. All the hubs, get a cake, Project Elevate. Get drinks and launch out the 90 days game plan, Project Elevate. The 90 days, listen to me, and I round off. I have just 3 minutes. The Project Elevate, the 90 days game plan Project Elevate, is the only thing standing between you and your next level. I am where I am today because I engaged in this project. You know the undoing of a lot of people. They think life will just happen. I will just blow. Things will just happen. No wahala. As the new year has come, the new year brought gifts. The new year brought good tidings. The new year brought blessings. As I'm going, I'll walk into the blessings. Sorry. You walk into 2026. No. The new year did not. The new year has always had blessings, but you must position yourself. You must get, if everybody is in their comfort zone, the world will not be where you are. In fact, you must leave your comfort zone. You didn't have your degree. Look at the great things you achieved in life. Did you get it in your comfort zone? No. You burnt the midnight candle. You suffered. That's the only way you elevate. For the next 90 days, make up your mind. I will leave my comfort zone. I did a study of everybody that became something in life. They left their comfort zone. They did things that ordinarily other people will not do. They risked themselves. They entered into uncharted territories. Today, everybody's celebrating them. What will people talk about you by mid of this year? And the answer to changing your life is when I started my 90 days game plan, I was driving, when I was going to the venue, that was flawed. And a lot of things will come to stop you. But you're the only one that can stop yourself. I challenge everybody listening to the sound of my voice. Sacrifice 26th of January to 25th of April is 90 days. You may do it just once, but you keep reaping for the rest of your life. Because as you leave your comfort zone and begin to pursue the 90 days game plan, we're launching it on the 26th. For those, what's the 90 days game plan? The person I invited will launch it on the 26th. In fact, today, at the different hubs, the Millionaire School training will all be about the 90 days game plan. At the various hubs, the 90 days game plan, why you should engage in it. If you don't engage in it, you still meet people that are engaged in it 90 days later, and you wish engaged in it. Get out of your comfort zone. Life is too short to be playing around with. You're not getting any younger. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something today that will alter your life forever. You're not meant to always be broke. They didn't give birth to you and call it brokenness. You're not meant to always be a victim. You can change that today by joining the 90 days game plan. How do you enter into your next level? From 26th of January to 25th of April, I'm engaging in the Project Elevate. All the 6 nations, we'll be talking about all the hubs. That's all we're going to be talking about. The Project Elevate. Get out of your comfort zone. Nothing worthwhile is baked. Even the bread is baked in an oven. Even the food is cooked in the kitchen. Your comfort zone is the reason you're where you are. Engage in the Elevate project. It changed my life. It changed the lives of a lot of people I know. It can change your life too. Someone say, oh, but I don't. You see, excuses has never paid your bills. Excuses has never handed you a trophy. I'm going to round up by saying this. Life is laden with gifts and potentials, but only those that leave their comfort zone will access the frequency of light. You can't stay in your comfort zone and tap into light. You can't. You can't stay in your comfort zone and tap into, right now I'm talking to you, there are frequencies in the air. I need to tune in to begin to hear voices, radios. In your comfort zone, you can't tune in. You must be disciplined. I call it sacrifice. I call it self-denial. The quality of your life is the quality to which you are able to deny yourself. You see, people don't understand. They think life quality is the quality to which you enjoy. No, the quality of your life is the quality to which you are able to deny yourself for a while. There's a level of suffering you must subject yourself to enjoy success, glory, and elevation. But our generation has been taught you don't need to. No, you don't need to. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to deny yourself. There's no period of denial. There's no swinging time. That's what our generation has been taught. So they are going around looking for money to fall from heaven, looking for one contract to fall from anywhere, looking for light to shine from nowhere. And they keep looking until they wake up and they are 40 years old and they are 50 years old. And they start asking themselves, what did I do with my time? You refuse to pay the price for your future. Nobody will pay it for you. Nobody will pay the price for you. If you want to remain on the same level, go out and say, continue living life the way I've been living it. Just continue normal. Just continue, hoping that maybe one day Davido Burna Boy will catch you and give you $30,000 and will change your life. Good luck. Somebody will catch you and give you this. Just continue. But if you say, no, I'm going to be the change that will happen to me, then you need to get out of the comfort zone. You need to ask yourself, what do I need to do? Even if it means me starving, even if it means going through the meal, even if it means suffering for a while, I want to position myself where I will pick the signals of light, where illumination will dawn on me. All of a sudden, my cognitive mind will be opening and ideas will start flooding. Okay, do it this way. 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 You need to pay the price for success, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you elevate to the next level. If you're not ready to pay the price for success by leaving your comfort zone, no matter what you do, just like the first law of motion, you'll be settling around the same thing. You might jump up, but you'll come down because light is what truly elevates. See you on the 26th of January for the Project Elevate, the 90 days game plan, the project that will show you, because inside that project, knowledge and light, illumination will be furnished. Have an awesome day. Hand over the meeting to Engineer Lad to close. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You've heard it from the man, the myth, and the legend. All right? And he has just shared with us the secrets to what elevated him. So are you ready to get out of your comfort zone? Once again, just to remind us, today is Millionaire School at the various hubs, and you're going to be furnished with the knowledge that will help you succeed in the 90 days game plan. You're also going to get the modalities for the launch of this project, Project Elevate, on the 26th at the various hubs. Various hub workers will communicate the time when you're to converge for that event, all right? So let's go and make this knowledge a reality in life. Will your 2026 be like 2025? Or will your 2026 be different? You have 90 days to turn that around. You have 90 days to change your life. You have 90 days to change your story. God bless you. Love you guys as always. My wish for you is that you go forth, you prosper, you be in good health, even as your soul prospers. On behalf of all the nation leaders, congratulations, and see you at the end of this 90 days. God bless you. Bye for now.